You ever have one of those days that starts off so normal it's boring, then out of nowhere you find yourself right smack in the middle of a viral news story? That was Mule. My name's Evan Brooks on a Tuesday that should have just been another flight from Dallas to Chicago. Picture this. I walk on the plane, jeans, hoodie, beat-up brown briefcase in hand, ready to knock out emails and maybe nap in first class. I sit down, minding my own business in seat 1A, when suddenly a flight attendant leans in her name tag read Mallory Parks in. She says, real polite, but you can feel the edge. Sir, you need to move to the back. This section's for premium passengers only. I look up a little thrown, show her my boarding pass, 1A. First class. But Mallory's already skeptical. She motions to her tablet. I'll need to see your ID, please. And you know how folks get these days, half the planes got their phones out, ready to record whatever's about to go down. The guy in 2, older white guy, leans over and mutters, son, no need to make a fuss. Just head on back. I almost laughed, but I kept it together. Mallory's co-worker, Jenna Lee, appears and whispers just loud enough. Got a problem? He thinks he's in first class, Mallory says, loud enough for all to hear. So I pull out my phone, show him my boarding pass again, pull my platinum loyalty card from my wallet, 340,000 miles on Riverton Air, 6 years running. Mallory barely looks, says, you know, people fake these cards online all the time. Sir, I'm going to have to ask you to grab your things and take your seat back in coach. Phones are really rolling now. I hear someone behind me mumbling about, this is 2025, how is this still happening? And I get it. The energy changes suddenly. I'm not just a customer, I'm a spectacle. So I start recording too. It's 2:47 p.m., flight 1187, being asked to leave my paid first-class seat. That's when the captain comes out, Captain Carl Russo. Big guy, silver crew cut, uniform sharp as a knife. He doesn't even look at my ID, just sizes me up and says, son, I've been flying for 15 years, and I know when someone's trying to pull a fast one. Take your seat in coach, or I'll call security. I stay seated, keep my voice low. Captain, here's my boarding pass, ID, and frequent flyer card. I'm in my assigned seat. But he waves it off. Call ground security, he tells Mallory. More muttering, more stares. Security shows up 12 officers, Frank DeLuca and Naomi Rivera. Frank looks tired, like he's seen it all. He checks my pass, looks at me, then at his radio. This shows first class seat 1, he says, and that's when Mallory jumps in. It's got to be fraudulent. He's trying to scam an upgrade. Frank doesn't buy it. Ma'am, these come from your own system. If there's a mistake, it's not on him. But then she says it right out loud. These people know how to game the system. The whole row hears it, can feel the insult. Naomi meets my eyes, and I see in her face she's heard that phrase too many times before. Frank asked me to step off the plane. Just for a minute, sir. Let's get this cleared up. I nod, keep my cool, and grab my stuff. As I'm leaving, my phone buzzes, a message flashes. Emergency board meeting, conference room B. The woman in 3B, turns out she's a Dr. Dr. Lila Fox notices and raises an eyebrow. The gate area's a zoo. Phones everywhere, people whispering. At the desk, the ground supervisor comes up, Stacy Edmonds, a no-nonsense lady who's worked her way up for years. She scans my documents with the thoroughness of a customs officer. Mr. Brooks, everything checks out. But the crew has concerns about your behavior, so you can take a coach seat or wait for the next flight. I keep my voice even. What behavior? I sat quietly in my assigned seat. Stacy stiffens. Arguing doesn't help your case. That's when Dr. Fox steps up. Excuse me, but I saw the whole thing. He showed his ticket and ID. Why is he being moved? A businessman, Tom Reynolds from 4A, chimes in. The crew never even checked his papers. Now the crowd's getting behind me. I call my office. Yeah, I'll be late. Something came up. Stacy tries to end it. Coach seat or next flight, sir. I ask for the district manager. She laughs. I'm in charge here. Right then, the first-class passengers are pouring out, watching. Dr. Fox presses again. This feels like discrimination. Stacy's face goes cold, but she's losing control. Now's when the plot really twists. I pull out a card, hand it to her. Her face goes pale. She reads it and does a double take. The businessman googles me. eyes wide. The live stream crowd on social media is going nuts. Wait, this guy's the CEO of Brooks Group? They own a chunk of Riverton Air. Phones go up, people shouting, "You're about to get sued." Stacy's radio buzzes. "Supervisor Edmonds, you're needed on a priority 1 call from HQ." I check my watch. "You should take that. It's your corporate board." She stares at my card. A gaming company owns 23% of Riverton Air, books $1 million in flights a year. Now the crew's sweating. Captain Russo comes out, whispers, "CEO of what?" Frank, the security guy, says, "Brooks Group. Billions in assets." Russo looks at me differently now. Her phone rings. It's Evelyn Grant, CEO at Riverton. The whole gate goes quiet. I tell her I was denied my paid seat due to what sure looks like discrimination. It's all over social media. Your stock's dropping fast. She asks what I need. Immediate training, new reporting systems, diversity fund, public apology, real change, not talk. I tell her about that $500,000 anonymous donation to Riverton's diversity program. That was my foundation. She agrees, right there on live stream. Terminations, retraining, anonymous hotline, new rules, compensation tied to real diversity progress, 72 hours, or we pull our money. We finally board first class again, phones everywhere, people clapping. DR. Fox leans over. "How do you stay calm?" I say, "Anger fades. Systems change is what lasts." Within days, the company's rolling out reforms. Stock bounces back, complaints drop by 2/3. Other airlines scramble to copy the changes. I get letters from folks who saw themselves in what happened to Maya, a young black woman. Keisha Lane wrote, "I endured the same thing, but never had your platform." I'm working with the ACLU now to document bias. Even Mallory, the flight attendant who started all this, shows up at a conference 2 years later. Now a diversity consultant, apologizing publicly and training others. A few months past, new federal rules require airlines to publicly track and report discrimination. My story becomes a Harvard case study on stakeholder activism. I get calls from hospital boards, transit agencies, even politicians. The Brooks Protocol becomes the standard for change. Document everything, demand accountability, fix systems, not just people. 2 years after that flight, I'm standing at the National Civil Rights Forum, telling a room full of leaders, real change isn't lawsuits or shouting matches. It's documentation, leverage, and courage to fix broken systems. Keisha Lane's on stage with Mesh won a landmark settlement, forced another airline to retrain 47,000 employees. And you know what? Even Mallory Parks is there, changed, reformed, now teaching companies to spot and stop the bias before it happens. So I gotta ask, when you see something broken on a plane, at work, in a burrito, you keep your head down, or do you stand up and say enough? Because one story can fix a system, but only if we tell it, document it, and push until things actually change. What would you have done? Where do you draw the line? Drop your thoughts below. Maybe your story's the next one to turn things around for all of us.